Hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm touching the truck here.
All I ever do is work. I don't get no rest.
Man, I got some video
First
footage.
night is on the way.
Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble walk.
You just wouldn't believe how much rock in the truck is. Oh shit!
Oh, me drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous
I swear the page goes live.
coming in. Currently, I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries. But semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, and the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is a tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turned right now and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
All right, how about that? Hey, we're here. I just ran and got Louie. Louie the OG. He's getting a little jealous, I think. I'm giving a little bit too much Longo time, so I got to even him out here. Otherwise, Louie's going to get mad at me. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Good? Good. Anybody see me on Fox yesterday? I had my nice little weekly weather segment. It went really good. I was happy with that. Bob's going to have me back on next week, our little weekly segment. There you go. Hey, buddy. Let's say hi to everybody. I don't know if he's feeling too good or not, but he was a little better today. So, yeah. Hey, good to see you, Karen. I saw this shirt order. Thank you. A little late on advertising our Bring It On shirt. I put it on my site. We sold a few, but I never really made a post about it. But I did this yesterday, so we're going to make a big batch and mail them out next week. We're mailing all that from us. We're probably going to stop doing the spring thing, Shelly, because they're terrible. I even ordered some stuff, and I don't know what's going on, so we're just going to start doing things in-house more. So we got a little bit to talk about in the weather world. Yes, we do. We got a lot of heavy rain last night in the Kansas City area we're going to talk about. Wild storms, Homosassa yesterday. Peggy, this has been the year of isolated flash flooding. I'm going to do a graphic after our live since the 80s or whenever. We've had the most flash flood warnings ever this year since 1985 or something. So if you think we've had a lot of flooding, yes, we've had a lot of flooding. Lauren, we have two. We got the new guy. The new guy's Longo. Maybe he'll come over here at the end. Right? We're going camping. Now we're going to the hotel, actually. Probably no live tomorrow. There's your shirt Shelly's posting on her. Isolated flash flooding. That's been the word of the year. Hey, Bobby, good to see you. I'm glad to see you. Emily's got a softball tournament this weekend, so we might just head out tonight. Weather's kind of slowed down. Invest 93 is going to be doing most of the impacts today, so it's been the most exhausting week ever hyping Invest 93. What is up with y'all, by the way, today? Man, I woke up to the most nasty comments ever. I'm telling you. Fearmonger. Let the professionals handle it. 85 degrees in Key West. I was hyping heap at 4 in the morning. I had one guy that didn't like my language, and I needed better adjectives because I didn't sound happy enough. I'm like, what? If anybody thought that I fearmongered Invest 93 needs to probably get banned. Because I have been the most neutral ever these last couple years. You know? Somebody was mad that I posted the icon model. Well, that's what we do. It is going to loop around, Isabella. We're going to talk about that. I got some graphics. We're going to talk about that loop around. Mainly rains loop around. There's really nothing in the tropics yet to get worked up about. So we're going to keep it at that. But it is crazy to see this moisture. I think there's a lot more Mets talking about it today with the loop around effect. So, Josh, you're terrible. Debbie, I know me and my boy Dennis. I love everybody can have an opinion. I have no problem. But when you bash me for something that makes no sense, then, you know, I had a guy today said that I needed it for money. Well, I got news for you. If I didn't make $1, I'd still be the same guy. Luckily, we're better off than we were many years ago. So I got news for you. MWP would be around even if I had to pay money to do it. I would still do it. Hey, by the way, my buddy, we had our GoFundMe set up, and I've been neglecting getting down there because I've been really busy. Chris, we're going to go down there and take a picture, but I'm going to go ahead and we're up to 1040, and 250 of that was MWP, but I think I'm going to make it an even 1500. So Mike's Swear page. I'm wearing my shirt today too. Neighbors helping neighbors. I'll show you the shirt here in a second. We're going to make sure he gets taken care of, and he's got to get his motor fixed. There's my neighbors helping neighbors thing. So we're going to do a big post about that. But I hate the money being tied up for him, so I'm going to make sure he gets it, and then we'll take a picture. Because it meant a lot to me to meet him. His houseboat sank during Milton. I believe Milton. We had those heavy he was down there in Bay Pines, and we had a tremendous east winds that just rocked the pier where I was at, and it was enough to really do some damage in the intercoastal waterway, which you wouldn't think it would, but you know, strong winds, even not in the Gulf, had havoc. So anyway, appreciate all those that donated a few months back, and we're going to make sure that we get him taken care of so he can get his boat fixed back up again. And it's not Lieutenant Dan, by the way. We're going to talk about the loop. First off, it's not Dexter. We don't want to confuse everybody. And it's the moisture of Dexter. Looks like it is going to wrap around, and we could have sneaky rainy pattern again next week. So, no, that was Lauren. That was Lieutenant Dan. They called him. He was a little different. This guy was really nice. I met him. The story was, I went down there to take pictures because I drove by the bridge down there and saw a bunch of damage from some homes, and he's walking back. It turned out that was his little boat he was getting back on, and we shared the story. I found out he rode through the storm and lost everything, and he was on ABC News, and I'm like, this guy had a legitimate bad experience with a hurricane. And we're really going to start doing more end of the year benefit party this year. Hopefully we'll have announcements soon at Margaritaville. But you know, last year we had a nice check to the state of Florida for their charity fund. I think we raised almost $15,000 last year. So Eugene, thank you, buddy. Morning, Mr. J. So yeah, no, we got. Thank you for all the comments. I really, you know what? They really don't bother me anymore. I don't even respond to them anymore. I just sometimes get a little annoyed because they don't really know what I am and what we are, and they just assume something that's not true. So anyway, hey, by the way, so if we have no live, that means today is technically Friday. So don't forget our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. I have met so many people that are excited about our pina colada commercial that's coming out soon. They're like, hey, you got that commercial, can't wait to see it. So soon ABC will be posting a MWP colada recipe that you'll be able to get at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. That's always cool. Here's the radar. So we got some great. Look at it. Anybody in Tallahassee? Jay? Anybody up that way? St. Mark's. My friends up there in Apalachicola, Port St. Joe, Destin there, Panama City, Fort Walton, Pensacola there. I know y'all. I know every one of you. You getting little rains. That's actually low pressure bands coming up. So good thing Invest 93 never really had a chance. It was too close to land. Got some squally, windy, stormy weather happening there, lower Louisiana. They might be getting some floods to deal with. The main blob kind of was ahead of the center. We saw that last night. So the big rains are probably more today, a little bit into tomorrow. So, hey, Shelly from Panama City. What's up there, JJ? Gus, Tabletop Greek? Yep. Tabletop, are you talking about the wave coming across or the spin around leftovers of 93? There are some signs of a wave coming across later next week. We're going to get into that. Nothing solid, but Marianne, that's cool. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Thank you. Louie's the man. That's right, Kay. I love the icon, Bobby. And you know me, I'm going to share them all. It's funny. I love the Emerald Coast, Kay. I do. Daniel, it's all my fault. No sun yet. Did you open the window? Maybe it's that. Why isn't there sun? There'll be sun later today. Don't worry, man. And you're at a beach resort. It's all good. Why don't you have sun down there? It should be beautiful. Friday, Saturday, Sunday are going to be awesome. Okay, so they're going to be normal rain. This high pressure setup, the East Coast gets a little more rain sometimes than okay. Look at that. You got nothing. That's going to be gone in a little bit. So have a mimoso. Momoso. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit. There's nothing brewing in the tropics. First off, we're going to talk about that wraparound moisture. It's all over the internet. We talked about it yesterday. Thank you, Eugene. Appreciate that. So, yeah. Got your shirt, Karen? We got a lot of Karens in the chat. Longo's the man, John. We'll show Longo in a little bit. Hey, Richard Reimer. What's up, James? Here's the thing with the icon, Bobby. Totally. Remember, this 93 took a hard right turn and went straight right up on A1A, singing Jimmy Buffett. And then it turned. The icon had it going through the state. And I'm telling you, if it went through the state, that low-level center didn't get displaced, then we would have had an icon scenario, but it didn't. And that's why we look at all the models. But to the guy that educated me this morning about leaving it to the Mets, great advice. I do it all the time. Don't follow my Twitter page. So, all right, let's talk about some weather. Then we'll say hello at the end there. Morning, everybody. Morning, Patty. All my brew crews over there, we always sign in at 9:10 over there and talk hello, everybody. And they're over there chatting away right now. So hello, Neil. Eric, good to see you, buddy. I can't wait for baseball to be back, man. What's up, Mr. Fort? So, all right, Panama City. Let's do it. All right, so here's some graphics I got up. Here's a water vapor map, first and foremost. All right, so there's our system wrapping up around to the north. We got a little high pressure. So the storyline is this. We got high pressure building in over southeast Florida this weekend. That moisture is actually going to wrap around, believe it or not, high pressure, and it's probably going to come back next week because we got a high pressure here that's going to be blocking things. So we got very little rain on tap, maybe down in South Florida just because of the moisture flows there, but it's going to be very hot. I saw Jeff from Channel 8 post heat indexes, oh my God, 110 degrees on Sunday here in Florida especially. High pressure heat is going to be on, but we're going to be watching the remnants of 93 for next week. couple models long range are starting to hint the waves are coming into play, which historically they do the end of July. So we're going to talk about that. Very dry everywhere else. A little bit of rain for Ian there in Jamaica and the Caymans. John, are you still around, man? I haven't heard from John in a while. John, if you're watching, man, email me. Let me know you're doing good, man. I still look at my license plates and think of you. Kathy wants to know about golf at 4 p.m. I would not cancel any plans, that's for sure. There's going to be rain somewhere. Just don't know where. Can't. You know, I had a funny comment yesterday in Tallahassee. Somebody complained there was zero rain in Tallahassee. And then about 5 comments later, holy cow, we just got flooded in Tallahassee. That's just the way the weather works. All right, so this morning I woke up early. We went to eat with Dad last night at Varsity Club with some friends. It was a great time. Had a little too much highlight and went to bed a little too early. So I woke up early and I could not believe it, man. At 4 in the morning, it was 85 degrees in the Keys. 85 degrees in the Keys. That's hot. Then I got all the people debating on there. Oh my God. And I'm like, come on. It's hot. I don't care where you are. If it's 85 degrees at 4 in the morning, it's hot, right? Anybody live in the Keys? Can you confirm? Usually you got strong high pressure winds coming across from the Atlantic, keeping you cool, right? No, not now. Hey, 582 in Miami at 4 in the morning. People were giving me crap about that. We did have a tsunami warning yesterday. I posted something, I deleted it until we get confirmation. We did have a tsunami warning in Alaska. I don't think it was, I didn't really see any impacts, so that's good news. Not like what we all fear of when you hear tsunami warnings, especially, remember that Japan and Indonesia, was it? I don't know, the Japan one was the videos that were just, I've never seen nothing like it. So every time I hear tsunami warning, I'm like, oh God. But it was like a 7.2, 7.3 earthquake there. And there's a lot of videos out there of folks in Alaska that felt it. So that was yesterday. This came out today. This is a new drought monitor. This comes out on Thursdays. Just letting everybody know, South Florida, believe it or not, still in a pretty high D3 drought. That's pretty high. D4 is the highest. So Everglades, parts of the Everglades. Now, when I flew into the Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach area, back in May, it was, you could see a lot of dry in the Everglades. A lot of areas that are probably normally underwater weren't. So they definitely need some rain down there. That's crazy, right? To think that all this, we talk about weather and rain, and they're needing rain. So that just came out today, just if you're curious. Big part of South Florida, dry. This got a little controversy yesterday. I didn't mean to, but here we go. This 2 days ago, we got Hillsborough County put out that they were putting sandbags out, and majority of the people that I know, when you get a text alert and an email, you automatically think, "Oh God, what's coming?" And that was the point. Like, and then when Julie got a text from a friend of hers, that's what she said. "Hey, I just got this text. What the heck are they planning for? What are we expecting?" Well, that's what my point was. A lot of people said, well, they're just getting everybody ready for the season. Well, that's good, but maybe they should say, pay attention to weather. Could be some heavy rain. We're going to have sandbags open, which will also, benefit preparedness for down the road to beat the lines. Something to that effect. I don't know. It just made everybody, I think, oh my God, what's coming? That was the point. No bashing. Just, I think the wording could have been a little better. So there's my shirt. By the way, that's the worst picture in the world of me. I don't know. I don't know what the heck I was doing. But anyway, Shelly put the link out there already. Thank you, everybody that got it. We got the Bring It On 25 Hurricane Season shirt with the names on it. People asked me about it. So I said, all right, we got it. We'll do it. So there you go. It's a tradition. Been doing it since like 18. New logo this year. So there you go. On that, what else we got? Flooding last night. Holy cow, Kansas City. The water videos that I saw when I woke up this morning, they had crazy rains last night, over 10 inches in Kansas City and surrounding areas. So, you know, if you weren't following that, man, it's been a year of flash floods. Like I said, it's crazy. You don't know where they're going to end up. But, 10 inches in a few hours is just unbelievable. So that was the big news overnight. Water rescues, flash flooding there. And there we are. Tropics talking now. I just wanted to go through some of my recent posts. Yeah, I agree, Tim, and I just try to keep it real. I don't like adjectives. And you know what the reality is, and this is the truth. This is the truth. I don't like adjectives. Some people want a storm. Some people's businesses rely on storms. Some people don't. I just report, and you can make your own adjectives. If you're excited that there's no storm, great. If you're upset that there's no storm, that's your right. I'm just going to say the facts, and the adjectives can come after. So anyway, it's been a good day. Hey Jay, the Varsity Club, yeah, McMullen Booth closed, man. That's called Clear Sky. We've been there once. Man, we were so sad. We loved that place. That was our favorite place. And it was so sad. But they had the best cheese curds. But hey, our girl V, last night, we go to Monday Night Football Varsity Club, and we decided to take Dad there last night, and my buddies Steve and Paul and Joe, and the girls were all there. And Richard turns 70 tomorrow. Awesome. But our girl V was there. I was really excited. She's been there forever, so I was happy to see her. It's always good to see a waitress still there, smiling, doing a good job. So it was a good time. Good time. Anyway, all right. 3,100 flood warnings U.S. Tracy. Yeah, I'm going to post that graphic. So, yep, GN. I don't think you're talking about me, but anyway, all right. So here's the latest. So this is the 8 o'clock. What was dinging over here? I don't even know what's dinging. Oh, these are now we're getting new brew crewers. So these are the new alerts that I'm getting, Shelly, here, the new brew crewers. These must be the people you invited in. So now I used to not get that alert. But I don't mind the alert. But now it's dinging a lot. Sherry's a new, right? Tell me these are new. Sherry. So we got a Sherry and a Lois, right? That makes sense? Yep, probably. All right, so here we go. All right, so anyway, the chances are at 30% now, which, it was 40 at 2 a.m., 30% at 8 a.m. If you read always put the text in here. The heavy rains, disorganized, some development could occur. They still say that. I mean, if I typed there might be development, it'd be like, oh my God. Well, that's National Hurricane Center. Always trust the National Hurricane Center. Some development might occur. Is that fear mongering? Anyway, regardless of development, heavy rainfall, localized flash flooding. I guess I could turn my volume down now. Heavy rainfall, flash flooding. There you go. So 30%. That's what we got. All right, there you go. That's what we got. All right, let me close that out. Here's what it looks like this morning. I got yelled at yesterday because somebody said that was scary. Satellites are scary. Anyway, it actually makes me kind of laugh. But there's a little bit of rotation still showing up. A little bit of these feeder bands are coming up from the Gulf here for the Panhandle into Mississippi, Alabama. You can see that. Louisiana obviously getting the big rain. The big rain's offshore like we were showing yesterday. Now, NWS New Orleans is saying, watch these big pockets of rain offshore because they're so close that if that came ashore, it'd be 10, 12 inches of rain. So they're watching very close these coastal areas that could see some isolated flooding there. But that's what it looks like. The Knoll School wind site here, you can kind of get an idea where we have a broad rotation. It's, obviously not very tight, not very organized. But if you were to say where's the center, it's almost kind of making landfall now. There's where it's at, if you're curious. That's the center. Just had too much land. Tropical systems and land do not mix. So, who's this guy here? Oh, it's only $320. So I have 8 panels. And so it was only $320. Brew Crew. We were talking about the screens yesterday. So I have 6, 7, 8 lower panels he's fixing, and he's redoing all my anchor bolts are all rusted out on my screen, and he's putting all new anchor bolts in. So that's a pretty good deal. But it's not the whole screen. It's just the bottom panels. Whole screen would have been a lot more, obviously. It's just the ones that the coyote tried. We had a coyote one night try to come into our back porch. It was almost scary. Julie will tell you. We were laying there. It was about 3 in the morning. And, man, the howling, it sounded like it was in our back porch. And I turned the cameras on, and we literally had a coyote trying to eat his way through the screen. Just at Hooters, West Bank. Where's that at? Which Hooters is that? I love Hooters. Restaurant, that is. M. Jackson, great question. So far, I'm a Foxwither man. Well, it was fun. I'm glad I had a good little... Hey, did you all see that Girl Scout video from Oldsmar? Didn't that melt your heart? There are a lot of coyotes. Heck yeah, Bobby. Oh my God. They're everywhere. It's scary. Sometimes they're just sitting in our back. So in our backyard, I've seen a bobcat, I've seen a panther, I see coyotes, we see otters, but the coyotes are kind of scary. No Roadrunner, Charlie. That was my favorite Looney Tunes, by the way. No, Kristen, no. Louie was going bonkers. Louie was absolutely barking his head off. Man. He was like, he knew something was up. And then we were out of town. One time, my neighbor sent me his camera picture and showed me we had one. He walked over in our yard. Yeah, so crazy. I don't mind the alligators. I didn't like the moccasin by my foot one time. I was pruning some bushes out front, and I looked down, and there was a curled up moccasin literally 6 inches from my big toe. Oh, my God, and I got really bad news. I have to show you guys something. Hang on a minute. Terrible news. Terrible news. We can't go. My replacement. I didn't even wear a hole in the big toe yet. I blew out my flip-flop last night. And try walking in this. So I'm going to drill a hole. And I'm going to wire tie this thing around. Oh, I got a little hole in the bottom. I think a nail went through there one time. But I am going to fix this. I'm either going to... I think I'm going to... Wire tie would hurt. So I think what I'm going to do is have it pop out at the bottom. And I don't really know yet what I'm going to do. But I'm going to fix it. I look more drunk walking into Varsity Club than leaving trying to walk with this in my shoe or my foot. I'm just going to have a backup pair of flip-flops wherever I go. That's a Florida thing. So, terrible. All right, here's another shot of our radar. Just a blob. A couple of graphics I want to show you. This was put out by National Weather Service this morning. This was their discussion out of New Orleans. Basically just showing you a few water spouts, dangerous lightning near the water, intense rain rates, street flooding. Greatest risk of rains for Louisiana has shifted to today. The risk is still going to remain elevated through Friday, but that's because our blob is moving a little bit faster off to the west. Most places around the coast already had up to 2 inches. Additional 2 to 4 is forecast. A few places could see as high as 6 to 8 inches. So that's kind of what they're watching. Radar is your friend. Hopefully it's not that bad. It looks like the big bulk of it's going to go just west of New Orleans. So Here is the latest. So look at this big. I wanted to point this out. This is the excessive rainfall. Like I said, this has been the year of flash floods. I don't remember a year that we've had so many floods in the news. Kansas City last night. But this whole area right here has just got, possibilities stretching, big chunk. Now, of course, across the south here, we got possibility all the way to Florida, Mobile. Heavy, fast falling rainfall can lead. This is the flash flooding guidance map, okay? So some people aren't going to get it. Like I said, your neighbor across the street might get 2 inches, but you might get none. That's why I'm glad I'm not a real weatherman or weather woman. But I do follow some. I do. And I love them. I just have to read their comments and sit back and say, man, I'm glad that's not me. Because it doesn't rain, people get mad. But here we got this little spot of red here west of New Orleans. And Lafayette's in that. So there's a lot of this area. Remember Ida? I was driving around all this area during Ida. Houma. Lake Charles was Laura. So that's the flooding today. Here's tomorrow. A little bit lingers still. We're still going to have this thing. It's starting to turn. Anytime any system slows down and begins to turn a little bit, we get a slowdown. So we got rain tomorrow, this Friday. And then look at that. Kind of disappears a little bit. Man, look at this. Holy cow, man. I just don't remember seeing this much flooding. This is on Friday. Here's Friday. Friday. A little bit into Carolinas tomorrow, Virginia. Flooding chances tomorrow. And then on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Some of this moisture showing up on Monday is this system coming back, it looks like. All right, we'll get into that here in a little bit. This got posted 2 days ago, in case you missed it. No tropical development expected through August now. Homegrown little systems can always pop up, but the overall weather pattern doesn't look favorable for any development. So, hey, this is through August 5th. Okay? And for that guy that got mad at me, let's hope. And the one guy that says I need storms, so I hype, I'm glad. Shugu. I love Shugu. Who said that? Who knows me? Oh, Shelly, I do love Shugu. Man, these just started feeling good, too. You're right, Ronald. Hey, Palm Harbor, right? Late 90s. They're still probably the same family. You still live here, Ronald? Go fund me to replace my flip-flops. Now, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I should and have the limit at $20. Hey, Gus, what's up? Gus Sanchez. Thank you, buddy. I saw your comment. All right, what else we got cooking? Let's see here. Okay, topics real quick, and then we're going to be done. 10 o'clock. I don't think we're going to be live tomorrow. Had a really busy week. So, no, we're going to do the wraparound here in a second, Shauna. Texas rains are very iffy, but I don't think we're going to have anything that's too scary, Amanda. So that's good. All right, so here's topics. I know you're here a million times, but we are here just like to throw this reminder out. I mean, we are in this slow pattern right here, okay? So a lot of people think it's a bust season. I get it. That's cool. It's cool to think that. And hopefully it is, because trust me, I would love a break of 24/7 storm coverage, and especially living here and having to deal with them at the same time. I'd rather chase rainbows. Jeff Gordon style. My man, Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt. They called him the new kid? I don't remember what they called him. But anyway. So just a reminder, things, Dr. Bell, a lot of y'all know, rings the bell. I think it was Dr. Bell. And August 20th, I think, is a lot of folks believe that's the official date. That's when all the dust clears out. Things really start to ramp up. So, and the other thing that might be interesting to a lot of folks, I still Oh, Century Minute Storage. Oh God, I hope I'm not in trouble. Hope my camper's okay. They just probably want to renew the 6-month rental. Got a call one time from our storage place, and all the campers got broken into. It was awful. Many years ago. All right, so this is an interesting stat. This is 1991 to 2020, and you know what? Look, the average third system is typically August the 3rd. So we are above average this season. You know, take it for what it's worth. August 3rd. That's when we typically get our thirds. This is using 30-year averages. So first hurricane usually is around August 11th in a 30-year average. So just throwing that out there. We can say it's a bust season, you know, sometime in September. But right now, it's too early to say it's a bust season. Just throwing it out there. All right, some of the models are showing a wave coming across towards the end of July. This is 12 days out. Just kind of putting it out there. You know, there's a little chatter out there. There's maybe a wave trying to get going. So it would not be unheard of to start seeing something develop in the middle Atlantic the end of July. Very low confidence, but, you know, historically, that's where we start to see things. Let's take a look at a couple other models. Then we'll talk about the wraparound. Then we'll say goodbye. Goodbye. Where are the... Here they are. Oh, no, my link's not there. It says, oh, EPS Spaghetti, but the link's not there. Where did it go? EPS Cyclone. Look, it's supposed to be right here. It's gone. Ryan, where's it at, Ryan? Okay, well, we won't do that one. Let's do the GFS ensembles here for the main Atlantic. And 15 days, there's a couple, not a lot, a couple. Now, this wraparound we're talking about, so again, we're just saying, you know, 10 days from now, you know, we got people in the Caribbean. Let's just put it out there, you know, there could be a little something a week from now trying to get going, but low confidence. But that's, you could just say that all season long, starting the end of July. The Gulf now, ironically, is starting to show up a couple members again. And this is what we'll talk about the wraparound. So there's nothing showing any development yet. You always say yet, because, you know, tropics are going to happen one day. But there are signs that this juice is going to come in the Atlantic and do the same exact thing and maybe even wrap around. Not a lot of development on models, so this is not a time to get all worried at all. It's just that pattern is showing up. Now, this is what it looks like, and you've probably seen a lot of people. I shared it yesterday, too. And I was kind of proud in a sense because I think a couple follow the page and they agreed with it and they shared it too. So I always like to see support from other Mets, seeing what I'm posting, maybe to at least give it a little credibility. But let's go to, this might be easier to see on the big screen. Let's go to precipitable water. So precipitable water maps. Well, this one's kind of hard to see. Let's go back a little bit. Let's just do the whole U.S. I just for some reason had the whole world, the what's that song at Disney World? It's a Small World. I'm gonna mess you up. Let's all sing "It's a Small World," and you won't get it out of your mind. Gene's moving to Texas. Good morning, Valerie. Naples next Wednesday, Dana. Nothing, just normal weather. No organization. I was talking to a lady yesterday though. Maryland, we just kind of went over that. Just isolated range. You don't really know yet who's going to get the bad stuff. Small world after all. There you go. Let's all start singing "It's a Small World After All." I love it. I read the deleted comment, Shelley. Somebody's mad that I'm rambling on. You know, I've been doing this since 16. We've been doing it almost. This is probably 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So technically, it's our 10th year of streaming live Daily Brew. 10 years. And if anybody thinks that I've never rambled on nothing, the only time I probably never rambled on was when it's really bad. So, but precipitable water maps are moisture in the air and doesn't show a system, and I think that might be a little scary to some. What the heck is integrated water vapor? That's a new map. I didn't notice this one. What's it look like? Kind of neat. Huh. Neato. All right. But that's not the one I want to show. I don't know if water vapor shows up on the U.S. map. Does it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. So reds, 2 inches or more PWatt values usually mean there's a lot of moisture in the air. Doesn't mean everybody's going to get rain. It just means there's a lot of moisture in the air. And that's a lot of energy to pull from to dump a lot of rain. So what we're watching here is this red. And purples are pretty high PWatt values, which usually mean flooding rains. But watch this energy get lifted up. You see that? And this is the weekend right now. Boom. This is the weekend. Now, what happens here on the weekend is this. We have high pressure developing, and high pressure spin clockwise. Okay? So we're going to have drier weather across the southeast Florida specifically this weekend, which is great. Plan on doing some fun stuff. It's going to be hot. High pressures bring heat. But what this high pressure also is going to do is going to sling this moisture around. And what you're going to see here is this consistent theme of it coming back around with heavy rains. Like this is could be heavy rains from Carolinas on Tuesday. That purple's in North Florida on Tuesday, southern Georgia, across the upper Gulf. A lot of purple showing. That's Wednesday. Okay, doesn't mean it's developed, but that's a lot of rain. That's been showing up consistently. That's what you look for, model consistency. So that I posted this yesterday. Okay, that was yesterday. This is today. And if you look at the GFS, it's also showing that possibility. Let's just zoom in a little closer to the southeast now. Oh, East Coast U.S. Is this zoomed in a little better? Nah, not what I wanted. Let's go here to southeast. Water vapor. Okay, not on that map. We have to go U.S. on the GFS. Boy, I'm glad my mouse doesn't click, though. That was a great improvement. That old one that I was using, oh, God, it got to me. All right, here's the GFS now. Let's just hit play. It'll load it for me. But look at this moisture spin back around, right? Wow. So let's do it again. I kind of lost everything there. So this is nothing to worry about other than looking at rain chances for next week. And here's your GFS. Follow that purple. And then boom, this is, hit stop. So here's the same. This is the GFS. This is Monday. See that heavy rain, Carolinas? Starts to come back south into Florida on Monday, Tuesday. Look at that purple. This is Tuesday. Same as the Euro. There's heavy purple in the Gulf. And then it wraps back around, maybe even reaching Texas. So that's that wrap around. Just follow it. See the big circle? Watch. So that's what the wraparound is. High pressure over Florida this weekend. Spins in that Invest 93 juice and comes back around with the same exact repeat pattern that we just dealt with. So whether or not it'll spin into something. Now, Tabletop Greek, you were asking about what the GFS is showing. Well, it breaks off a piece later next weekend and tries to organize it. Okay, so you might start seeing people sharing that. It's combining a little bit with the wave out there already, and it kind of spins it up. So definitely, not unheard of. So that little piece of Invest 93, could leave a little chunk in the Atlantic, but it's not really showing up enough to really stress about. So, but definitely you want to live in there. You want to know the pattern, right? Say, hey, there's a possibility this could actually, leave behind a little something. Now here's the Canadian doing the same thing. I think it is. I assume it is. I didn't even look today. There's that chunk next week on the Canadian model. This is Tuesday. And see that heavy purple? That's a lot of rain. That could be a lot of rain. Could be a lot of rain right there. Let's look at some rain maps. Let's just look at a model blend first off. We'll look at some total precipits for 10 days. Not showing anything too drastic. Euro 10 days. You know, so I'm not seeing anything too crazy yet. European blend. This doesn't go out very far, but yeah, you get the idea. And we're over 10 o'clock. So that's the wraparound. Nothing to stress about, but it is interesting that some of this moisture is going to find a way to come back around next week. Could be pretty rainy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? This is what I like to do. I like to see what the big dogs are talking about. So let's go to Tampa Bay. Well, would it be Tampa Bay? Let's look at Jacksonville. Let's see what Jacksonville's saying. So we'll go to Devol. What's the story on that? I'll just hit. Okay, there's Devol. Let's look at Monday, Tuesday next week. 60%. So you can see they're already showing that. Then look at their forecast discussion. Long range. And there we go. Pattern for midweek looks similar to what just occurred, with low developing in the base of the trough of the coastal waters moving west across the front forecast area, moving west. So they're talking about it already. This is potential for the low tracking through the week, elevating chances later in the period. So, and there you go, moving west, southwest across the forecast area. That's wrapping around low pressure. But again, tropical speaking, yet there's nothing to stress about. So unless there is, then we talk about it. But here's what we got for next week. And we're getting a little bit of tropical depression vibes. But tropical storm vibes are very minimal. But we are getting tropical depression vibes there, which would be Monday, Tuesday right there. See that? Next week. And that energy basically is going to come back around. So, but there you go. That's just, we always look long range, but we could be looking at some more rain and unsettled weather next week. And that's all I got to say about that. I will be back Monday, yes. Mr. Hogg, what's up? Carolinas, there you go. David, yes, I think there's a chance, buddy. Some of these moisture values are showing high, so. What's up, Maureen? That's funny. No washout. No, you're fine, Zach. I don't, it's too far out yet to any guarantees. Shelly, you have a great weekend. Shelly's going off to do some tournament with her son. Thank you, James. Yep. I'll be doing a reel later this afternoon, and we'll do one tomorrow morning, too, from Gainesville. I'll do a nice little update in the morning. My little quickies. My 90-second quickies. Oh, by the way, I got my Tiger Dam hat on. Okay? I had a few people actually message me about Tiger Dam. So if you have a home that's prone for flooding and you don't want to deal with sandbags, because sandbags are not fun, and what do you do with sandbags when you're done? Our neighborhood has them as decorations. We have them holding up basketball hoops. We have them on the side of the house along the driveways. We have them around flower beds. What do you really do with them? But anyway, so if you got a door or a garage or something that you want to protect, then Tiger Dam's awesome, portable. Put it away when you're done. Fill back up with water. It's really neat. I got a video on here showing you how it works. If you want to see it, go check it out. And it's pretty cool. A lot of y'all bought him and you love him. And he's good friends of mine. And Paul does a lot with our state here in Florida with FDEM crew. Big hello, shout out to FDEM, Florida Division of Emergency Management. Tiger Dam is a big part of our state infrastructure when it comes to protection, hospitals, schools, government buildings, private buildings, power substations. They make those big, long, and they even put the seawalls out when we lost them during Ian. They had miles and miles and miles of Tiger Dam on the Volusia County's coastline over there when we lost our seawalls. So anyway, check them out. They're on the website. But that's it for me. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Really work hard to keep you up to date on weather, and there you go. And okay, Melbourne's not talking about it, Avery, because I think it's a little to the north. The low pressure. That's why I looked at Jacksonville. So, Ronald, watching from Margaritaville. Oh, you talking about our little meet and greet, Ronald? Thank you. Topsoil bags. That might work, Robert. Never thought of that. Manatee Breaking John. Yeah, I do. Oh, Manatee Hospital, right? Didn't the flood Tiger Dam's Manatee Memorial. And that's where I was born. Isn't that ironic? Daniel, you're going to be okay. It's going to be nice. Let's look at the forecast for Daniel down in Fort Lauderdale. Let's hope Daniel gets some sunshine. I think you will, Daniel. The HRR is your friend. It's a great model tool. You can see it on Tropical Tidbits. This is my paid site here. I can zoom in a little bit more to you. What do I got to show and tell stuff today? I don't think I do. I always keep something out to show you. It means my desk is pretty clean. Nope. So here we go. Let's take a look at HRR for Daniel. The whole world meet Daniel. He's down in Fort Lauderdale. Somebody in Fort Lauderdale walk around and say, "Are you Daniel? Are you Daniel?" All right, Florida. We'll look at Miami. Let's look at radar. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. By the afternoon, it's going to be nice. All that rain down there now is going to make its way inland. Remember, we got that flow. We got that low pressure out there in the Gulf, so everything's kind of flowing up around that way. So everything's going to be coming through the state more classic. East Coast usually gets a little more showers in the morning, mid-morning, afternoon, and then it all goes inland. So it should be nice for you this afternoon. And this evening's awesome. Look at that. It's going to be beautiful. All the rain will be inland. So there you go. I feel confident in that forecast for you. Now let's look at daily rains just real quick. Show everybody what's cooking this weekend, because we don't have a washout at all. Once this rain gets through lower Louisiana, upper Gulf, then it's going to be pretty nice. 24-hour rainfall. Here is today. Obviously the big blobs over Louisiana. Some maybe upper Gulf, tip of Florida there, Mississippi, Alabama. Notice the heavy flow on the west side of Florida. Again, we're going to have these afternoon showers that are starting on the east coast. They're going to be coming up. Remember, that flow is going to be wrapping around that low pressure area. So everything's going to be coming up from the southeast, southeast. Tomorrow rains are here. It's Friday. Look at that. A little bit of lingering rains for the upper Gulf from our low. Again, that's in the forecast. But look at Florida. Majority of Florida. Almost nothing on the east coast. A little bit on the west coast. Carolinas are getting a little bit. Remember, we got that flood potential tomorrow. We talked about that in the Carolinas. So that's showing up tomorrow. Inch plus possibly on Friday. Shelly just texted me. I talk a lot. That's what Sarah says. Here's Saturday. There's that rain again lingering for the Carolinas. So that could be the next story. I need to post that. Giving myself some things to post before I get into loading up the car. Here's Saturday rain. So Friday, Saturday could be a little wet on the eastern part of Carolina and Virginia there. But look at that Saturday, almost Zippo. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. We haven't had that in a long time. Almost. That's high pressure heat. It's going to be a 110 degree heat index where we're going. I'm not excited about that. And then here's Sunday. And then we start to get that wraparound rains. Boom. So there's Monday and Tuesday. Wraparound. Wraparound. Let's look at the heat. Look at that heat. This is how hot it's going to be. Let's go check it out. This is going to be hot. Where do we go for temperatures? Let's go to Euro. Because it gives us heat index. Look at this heat. Look at this. All right, let's just go right into heat index for Saturday. Holy cow. All right, here we go. Hundreds for everybody. Heat index. 106 Perry. Hope you got your air conditioners working. Sunday's even hotter. Well, not as hot on this map, but still 100 degree heat index is pretty much everybody. Let's look at GFS heat index. Euro is usually a little more extreme, so maybe it won't be that bad. Hopefully not. Oh God, that's hot. Jeez, look at that. That's Saturday. That's Monday. Oh my God, here's Saturday. Let's see. Here's Saturday. Just as bad. Here's that's Friday heat index. Saturday, there's your 102, 3, 4. Sunday. Yeah, it's hot. Geez, 106, 105, 104. It's gonna be hot. It's summer. Cue the "it's summer" comments. Steve, have a great day up there, buddy. Amanda, yeah, it's my Tiger Dam hat. I'm like NASCAR up here, man. I got all my sponsors. Lodging Solutions. Tiger Dam. Fox Weather. I have Jim Beam. Woo! I don't have my Furman hat. I don't think I do. Storm Smart. We've been sharing a lot with those guys with their pull-down screen protection. I even have Daytona. I will get my Furman hat. I wonder where my Furman hat is. I think I was wearing it yesterday during my Fox thing, actually. I got a hoodie here. I don't know why I got but yeah, I never could be a NASCAR driver, but now I can act like one because I got all my sponsor hats. I'm a man of many hats. But then they don't pile up very good. All right, that's it. So have a great weekend, everybody. Remember, I'm 99% sure we won't be live tomorrow unless things happen. But I'll be updating you every day as always. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to post about the big award that the City of Oldsmar won this week that I was a big part of. They let me help with it, and we won a very prestigious award for helping our community prepare for hurricanes, and we definitely were impacted, and our residents listened very well and evacuated. So, all right, we'll see you all later. Bye.